before getting into the Q&A, I do want to say thank you guys so much for always being here. For those of you that are kind to me, and for those of you that send in your questions, thank you. This is going to be a very different Q&A. There's going to be some harsh questions. There's going to be some positive. It's going to be a mix because I didn't want to hide anything with this Q&A, and a lot of these questions I have been avoiding to answer for a long time. And I figured this is now like the perfect time to answer them since I'm going to be taking a long break from doing Q&A videos. I don't know when I will bring back the Q&As, but as of right now, I'm going to be taking a very, very long break from doing Q&As because I feel like I've been doing maybe like twice a month. I've been doing Q&As for a long time. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy. For those of you that watch my vlogs, you already know why I have that. It's just a cat scratch. My cat didn't mean it. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a little accident, and I'm gonna let it heal on its own. So let's just ignore the cat scratch on my head. What popular shows haven't you watched? There's a lot of popular shows that I haven't watched. I haven't watched the Kardashians. What was the Island Love? A Love of Island? Those kind of shows. I never watched. I know they're very, very popular, and I know a lot of people like them. I'm personally not into those kind of shows. I prefer a good mystery. I prefer horror. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever watch any of those drama shows. So when it comes to like reality TV, it's just not my thing. And I go like this because reality TV is not reality. So it's just all fake. And if I'm gonna watch something that's fake, I'd rather watch something that I like. So I'm really, really into mysteries. I think that's like my favorite thing is like FBI shows, mysteries such as CSI Miami, 1-800-MISSING, or like Nancy Drew, An American Horror Story. Like those kind of shows, those are the things that I've always been interested in. But when it comes to like reality shows where this girl and this girl are fighting over that guy, or these guys are fighting over this, like I'm just not into that. It's not a good storyline for me. So those are the popular shows that I have never watched. I'm a little lost like when I talk to my sisters because they are so much into like reality TV shows that I'm just not into it. So when they're talking about it, I'm really, really lost. And the same thing like when I worked in a regular job, everybody would be talking about the Keeping Up with the Kardashians or similar shows like that, and I would just, you know, keep my mouth shut because I really don't care to watch any of that stuff. What is your go-to skincare product and hair care product at the moment? I know I am so repetitive when it comes to my products. So as for skincare, it's the Kale Detox. I've been saying this a lot, but I am a creature of habit. When something works for me, I stick with it. I don't like adventuring out because when I do adventure out, especially when it comes to skincare products, I break out. One day I will adventure out. I am very, very intrigued by Korean skincare, but my favorite product at the moment is still my Kale Detox face wash. It's what keeps my face clear. Don't get me wrong, I still get breakouts due to stress, what I'm eating, but what helps keep these breakouts like, you know, below the surface is my Kale Detox. And as for like the favorite hair product, as of right now, has to be my argan oil. It keeps my hair so healthy. My hair care routine is extremely different now. Ever since I've been on this healthy hair care journey, I do not use any heat anymore. I use a leave-in conditioner. I do a specific hair mask to help with the frizz and to help with like my split ends. So my hair care routine is very different. If you guys want an update on that, let me know. I didn't think anybody would be interested in it since everyone has different hair types. But my hair type is wavy slash frizzy slash somewhat curly. I know it's not curly today because this is day 4 old hair, so it's pretty greasy on top. But the one product that I love and I use every day, every night to nourish my ends is my argan oil. I will have it linked down below. I had the pleasure of talking to someone from the company through Instagram. They also sent me their coconut oil, which is also amazing. So once when I'm done with the argan oil, I'm going to go to the coconut oil. These two oils you can use nightly and just put them on your ends to like hydrate your length at night while you sleep. A little bit goes a long way. So they're definitely worth the price tag. I think they're like $20 each, but a little bit goes a long way. So one bottle can last you an entire year. Not kidding you guys. A little bit goes a long way. How do you look after your mental health? Most of you have noticed in my vlogs, I am very honest with you guys lately. I personally don't like to hide how I feel when it comes to certain things that bother me, especially with doing this job, with negative comments and stuff. So a lot has been getting to me, and including bills. Like, our rent went up significantly, so my mental health is just, it's going through it. And I find what's really been like helping me, like, to look after it, even though I am the most stressed out that I've ever been. The one thing that's been helping me is going for our 3 to 4 mile walks every morning. Not only am I trying to lose the weight, I'm actually not focusing on that anymore. I'm more focused on clearing my mind when we go for these walks. So I'll leave my phone home, and my partner will have his phone on him in case of an emergency, but he knows that the online world really gets to me. So he understands that I want to take a break. So we walk for, you know, 3 to 4 miles, which takes about an hour and a half, sometimes less, depending how fast we're walking. And we literally just take that time to talk, talk about things that are bothering us. We will look at houses. Like, there's so many nice houses in Boston, believe it or not. There are a lot of wealthy people around here. So I will like look around and just like picture our lives with a house. I'm getting emotional. I swear I get emotional every time I think of the future and like us having a house and me not feeling as stressed when it comes to my finances. But as you can tell, see, I'm getting like very emotional. I'm still dealing with a lot mentally, and I do need to start looking into getting a therapist. So the one way I am looking after my mental health is the walks, which really helps. But I do need to look into getting a therapist, because this job is not easy. It's not as easy as, turning the camera on and filming a video and then just ignoring everything else. Like, when you read the bad comments and then you see the low pay, it really does get to you. And I know I talk about it a lot, but it's something that truly brings a lot of anxiety. Would you ever get into cash stuffing? So hold on, my foot is asleep. I cannot sit on the floor anymore without my foot, like, without getting pins and needles. I feel like ever since I got into my 30s, my feet go to sleep so fast. Anyways, when it comes to cash stuffing, I'm not a fan of it. I personally hate having cash on me. There's no benefits of having cash, to be like, for me. Again, this is my take on it. I know sometimes it works for other people, like it works for my sister, she's into that, but when it comes for me, like, I prefer to use my credit card and then pay it off. I am smart with money. I mean, there's sometimes I make mistakes, I'm not perfect, but I kind of have it down pat with, I don't need to buy this, we need this situation. I'm not going to go on a huge shopping spree with my credit card. And also the plus side with using my credit card all the time, I get 1.5% cash back on every purchase. I know that sounds like a commercial, and it's not a gimmick, it's true. I do get cash back every time I use my credit card. So it's technically like I'm saving money every time I spend it or pay a bill with my credit card. I pay my Spotify with my credit card, my car insurance. There's like other bills I pay with it, and I get cash back. So the whole cash stuffing is just not for me. I find it very tedious. And then to go to the bank and get cash and then put it in each envelope, like, this is for electricity, this is for gas, like, I'm lazy. I don't want to do any of that. But if it works for you, then keep doing it. I'm not here to discourage anybody, especially when it comes to saving money. I am the least person to discourage you. Do you want to go back to school in the near future? I've been asked this so many times. Quick answer is no, I do not want to go back to school. Let me not even answer it that quick. I wouldn't mind, but I don't want to pay the student loans. I've been there, done that. Going to school in the US is hard. It's really hard, and I know you can get a loan and you could pay it later, but it's just not for me. I remember, like, when I had my student loan, for those of you that have been following me for a while, I worked my butt off paying that $15,000, $16,000 loan, and I remember crying every night, hoping and wishing that loan would disappear, because the interest rate was 28.7. Interest rates on these student loans is insane. Going to school in the US is a huge business and you're not guaranteed a job. So I'm just not looking into any of that. If it was free and if you're guaranteed a job, then maybe, especially if you're guaranteed a job. I wouldn't mind getting into like skincare because I've been really intrigued with learning about like ingredients and things like that that can help your skin. I've been watching a lot of like Dr. Dre videos. With me being in my 30s, that's something that I'm very, very interested in. I wouldn't say I'm like passionate about skincare because I am a creature of habit, but I do like learning about maybe like holistic medicine and things like that when it comes to your skin, because I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of junk out there that we don't need, and we can just deal with the basics that can help us over time. I know that's a weird answer, but I don't want to go back to school because it's expensive and you're not guaranteed a job. If you weren't doing YouTube, what would you be doing? I probably would still be a dietary aide. I probably would have gotten transferred to another nursing home up here because the nursing home that I worked with before, they have a facility up here. Yeah, so that company had another company up here, and I decided to just do YouTube full time, which I do feel now that that was a big mistake. I feel like I should have at least started with another job. I would have been like 3 years in, but you live and you learn, you know, everything happens for a reason. And yeah, that's something that I would be doing. I'm really good at dietary aid. I know it's not the most fanciest job. I know you don't get paid a lot, but I was really, really good at it. I was good at organizing, you know, the tray orders and just talking to the elderly community. I was just finally good at something. All the jobs I ever had, I was horrible at. Bank cleaning, I got yelled at a lot because I didn't clean properly, even though I'm a good cleaner. I used to work at the laundromat and a dry cleaning place. I got yelled at a lot there too because I didn't grow up with like ironing or anything like that. So till this day, I suck at ironing. I used to work at Burger King for 3 years. I suck at like adding money in my head. And again, this is with me being honest with you guys. I get nervous on the spot. So I never did cashier because I used to get very, very nervous. So I was just in the back, like making the burgers, and I was just in the back with a bunch of guys. And I will say, I was pretty good at that. I was very, very fast as a teenager. But yeah, dietary aid out of all the jobs I've ever had fit me really, really well. If you guys hear any noise, it is thundering and lightning. We're having a little storm, so nice scary background music for a Q&A, I guess. Will you ever get back to doing monthly resets? I'm taking a break from the monthly resets because my income doesn't make sense right now. I'm in a bad spot right now. Like, I wouldn't say bad spot. I'm in a limbo. I don't know what's going on with my income. I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to figure things out as I go. And I don't know, it's just one of those things, you guys. Like, it's one of those things where I'm embarrassed to talk about, and YouTube just isn't the same right now. It's not how it was when I first started. It's not how it was last summer. Like, this is the lowest amount of money that I have ever made in my life. I used to make more money as a teenager at Burger King than what I make now. So the monthly resets are just on pause right now because I know I talked a lot about my income and the bills, and I enjoyed doing those videos with you guys because it was a little bit of a reality. You don't see people breaking their bills down like that each month. I can't do it right now because as of right now, the money that's coming in is just paying a tiny bit of bills while I figure something out. Yeah, this is just something personal that I'm going through, and I just don't really want to get into it online, especially with people being so rude these days. What's the most traumatic / challenging experience you have ever faced, and how did you overcome it? So I have been asked this every time I do a Q&A. There's a lot of things that I don't really want to talk about online, and I always avoided this question because as a child, I grew up with a family like everybody else, right? When I got to my teenage years, that family is no longer around due to what had happened to my sisters, and of course I So it's very, very traumatic, and I don't even think I can talk about it online. I feel like YouTube would probably demonetize this video. It's not something that I feel comfortable talking about. How we overcame all of that was we just kept going, and you know, I honestly can't thank my mom. It makes me cry thinking about it, but my mom played a huge role in saving us. And this is another reason why I don't like talking about it, because I'm just not over it. When I was going through all of this, that's when I met my partner. I just turned 16, so he's been there ever since too. So yeah, my mom is the one that helped us overcome a lot and kind of give us the confidence to just keep going. So long story short, there's a lot of evil people in this world. You just have to get up and keep going. You can't give up. You just gotta keep going, especially with how far my sisters and I have come compared to everything that we've been through. You know, especially with them, they've been through more than me. It's nice to see even them striving. Like, my sister has 2 kids, 2 beautiful kids. My other sister has a house of her own, and it's just really nice to see them doing their thing. Like, literally, they're the definition of get up and just keep going. No matter how traumatic or how bad something may seem, the best thing you can do is to literally get up and just keep going. We do have a lot of childhood trauma that we need to go to therapy. All 3 of us together, we definitely need to go to therapy. But yeah, without giving all the details of my childhood, that is the most traumatic event that we have ever been through. Like, we used to have a giant family, and all we have now is my mom. I also will be honest, I have been trying to have contact with my father. It's different, and there's a lot of unresolved issues that I need to talk to him about, especially with me being an older woman now. You have a more clear mind, I would say, compared to when you're in your early 20s or a teenager and you're just filled with anger. And I think with now, I'm filled with more sadness. I feel like I spent my entire 20s mad at him. I'm getting too deep into this topic without getting too deep into it. But before I start getting really emotional, let's just move on to the next question. I know you said many years ago that you wanted to learn Spanish. Why haven't you yet? So I get this question a lot. Why don't I speak Spanish? Why don't I know Spanish yet? You've been with your partner for a long time. Shouldn't you know some kind of Spanish? And I will say that it's not easy, especially when you have so many other things on your mind, like finances, wondering if you're going to get a house, wondering what you're going to do for work. Like, I have so many other things on my mind. And also the worry of saying things wrong in Spanish and not remembering words or remembering how to say certain things and looking like an idiot. Because I do feel like when I'm online, I get attacked a lot with how I say things and how I spell, like, the titles to my videos. I guess I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared with learning Spanish, and it's sad. It really is sad, because I have known my partner since I was 16 years old, and I'm gonna be 32, so you would think that I would know how to speak Spanish by now, but I don't. I mean, I know the phrases. I know some phrases here and there, like que lo que, ya tú sabes. Like, I know things like that. Tu quieres jugo, tu quieres agua, like things like that. It's like simple little things. But when it comes to having a true conversation, I can't. I freeze. Like, I just can't remember anything. So I guess it's a lot of nerves, and I'm just like afraid. And I know fear is just one thing that you gotta like get over. So, you know, without fear there's no courage. So I need to find some courage to learn how to speak Spanish, because my number one thing when it comes to us having kids is I want them to be bilingual, because that is going to benefit them in the long run. So yeah, I need to learn, because then I'm not gonna know what the heck they're saying. I feel like they could sneak around me and get away with things, because I won't know what's going on. So I do need to learn. I'm just afraid. All right, and the last question for the Q&A of the summer is the number one question I get asked all the time. It is very, very rude. I think it's rude. I think it's offensive, but a lot of people label it as not offensive. So let me just tell you guys, so again, sorry it's thundering, but yeah, just listen to these kind of questions. No offense with my question. They always say no offense. But they are gonna offend you politely. No offense with my question, but what happened to your bubbly personality and beautiful style slash face? You seem extremely depressed these days. So I get this a lot, and this is more of the nicer question, I would say. Like, a lot of people send me ruder ones than this, and I've been deleting them and I've been avoiding them. I've been blocking people that leave me questions like this because I am very defensive and I'm very emotional. But I'm finally learning how to talk it out with you guys. For those of you that wonder what happened to my face, my so-called beautiful face, I guess it's not beautiful anymore. You know, things have changed. My life has changed drastically. When you met me, I was living alone. I was doing the single life. I was living in an apartment that was $675 a month, extremely cheap. I had a full-time job. Things were just different. I had more money in the bank. It was literally just me. All I had to focus on was me, not a cat, not my partner, not me saving or thinking about a future home. There was also no inflation, so things were just different back then. Like, I wasn't as stressed out, and I also was into makeup still. I was into makeup. I was into wearing colorful clothes. I was trying to find my style, and I still haven't found my style. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a style that I love and I have a whole Pinterest board saved, kind of like manifesting that wardrobe, but I take my time with certain things like that now. I don't rush into buying this outfit and that outfit and this makeup product. Like, I'm just trying to deal with other things that are more important than my looks. I'm also very proud of myself, like I've been saying, to come on camera with no makeup, with a giant scratch on my freaking face, greasy 4-day-old hair, and just talk to you guys about life. Like, the old Kira would never ever come on here like this and do this. Like, I would wait until it was a perfect sunny day. I would wait until I looked absolutely perfect and then talk to you guys, or probably lie that everything's okay. And now I'm finally showing you the truth and showing you that no, things are not okay, but I'm working on it. It's including, like, myself. I'm working on losing weight. I'm working on a healthy hair care journey and trying to fix all these split ends that I have from back in the day, from me constantly straightening my hair, constantly curling my hair because I was going for a certain look. Also, my personality was different. It's very easy to do that. A lot of YouTubers do that, where it's like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You change your voice, you know, everything just changes. And then when you get used to being on camera, you start to show your real voice, the real side of you. So I've been doing this for 6 years, and I'm very, very comfortable in front of the camera to show my real voice. I used to get made fun of a lot too for my voice because it's a little bit deeper. Like, every girl changes their voice. Yeah, so I know that sounds different, but if you go back to my old videos, you would hear my voice like this. And now I talk like this because this is who I really am. And a lot of it has to do with nerves. So even when I call, like, I'll call my doctor's office and I'll be like, hi, can I make an appointment for Kira? It's your phone voice, okay? Every girl has a phone voice. So in the beginning of my channel, I was having my phone voice on my channel because I didn't know how people would react to my real voice. My bubbly personality just, it wasn't real. It was like, even around that time, even though I was by myself and things were different and things were a little bit better financially, I was still dealing with a lot. My mom got diagnosed with lung cancer when I started my channel. I was dealing with a lot behind the scenes that you guys didn't know, and I just faked a smile and kind of faked that everything was perfect. Completely different than now. I tell you guys, like, I'm struggling financially. I'm struggling mentally when it comes to, you know, this weight gain and things like that. I'm very, very honest. And I feel like the minute you're honest, especially online, people take it as either weakness or you're just pure sad. I mean, there's always two options, especially with YouTube. You can continue watching and see how my life unfolds, or you can click off my channel and go watch someone else. Like I always say, there's so many amazing YouTubers that you just might find someone else or someone better to watch that will fit your criteria. Yeah, I've been wanting to answer this for a long time. I know I don't look the same, I know I don't act the same, but I'm happy that I'm showing you guys the real side of me. I feel like someone has to show the real side of life online. As much as I love all the YouTubers that I watch, none of them talk about money issues, none of them talk about the things that I have been struggling with, and it does make me feel alone. So that's why I choose to be as real and as honest with you guys as much as I can. There are some things that I choose not to talk about. You definitely have to have that boundary of privacy, but when it comes to like finances and things like that, I want to be honest, because a lot of people also think that YouTubers make bank, and that's not the truth at all. I have no big brand deals. I don't go on vacation. I don't plan on going on vacation. We've been trying to get a house for the past 3 years. You know, just daily struggles that, you know, what regular people go through. So yeah, I'm showing the reality of life, and if you don't like it, then just go find someone else to watch. There's no need for you to call me ugly. There's no need for you to compare me to my 27-year-old self, because if you put yourself in my position, how would you feel if someone said, you're not the same like you were in your 20s? No crap. Who is the same? Like what 30, 40, or 50-year-old is the same person as they were back then? Life is all about change, and I'm trying my best to embrace all the changes, including all the gray hair I have coming in. Just all these changes that I'm going through. I want to share them with you guys. I want to share some of it because no one is talking about the reality of life online. I hope you guys enjoyed this last Q&A. Let me know down below if you want me to continue the Q&As in the winter time. I'm not going to do any in the fall. I'm not going to do, you know, any Q&A anytime soon, but if you want me to do one before this year ends, the last Q&A, let me know. Maybe we can do one in December. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I can't thank you enough for listening to me talk this long. I know a lot of people don't like the long videos these days. So on that note, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next video.